y'all doing. I hope everyone is doing good and feeling better. Before I start this interesting video about what is maltose, remember to like, subscribe, and share. And always remember, it's only one of you, so always do your best to keep your health up. And always take your time, take it one day at a time. I'm about to read off the interesting information and I researched about maltose. Now, what is maltose? Maltose is also known as malt sugar, which is very interesting. Maltose is also said to come from the word malt, which is very interesting as well. Maltose is also said to contain no fructose, which is very interesting. Maltose is also said to be a disaccharide. Now, if you don't know what a disaccharide is, a disaccharide is any class of sugars such as sucrose or lactose, then composed of two monosaccharides. Now, if you don't know what a monosaccharide is, monosaccharide are simple sugars or any compound that is the building block of carbohydrates, which sounds very interesting. And if you don't know what carbohydrates is, carbohydrates are any group of compounds like sugar, starches, celluloses, gums, and serves as an energy source, which sounds very interesting. Now you know what a disaccharide is, and maltose is said to be a disaccharide. Maltose is also said to be made up of two alpha D glucose molecules, which sounds very interesting. And it's said to also be naturally produced by plants when seeds and grains germinate, which sounds very interesting as well. Now, if you don't know what germinate means, germinate means to begin to grow or sprout, which sounds very interesting. Another way maltose is said to be made from the breakdown of starches when glucose is caramelized, which sounds very interesting. Ain't that right, maltose?
Very interesting. All the interesting information that I heard so far is doing good, and keep on going, Kim Greediness, because there's more to know. And hey, like you always says, only one of you, so let's get this information written down and let's keep it so we can know what's going on out here.
Now I'm gonna continue with the information. And manufacturers are saying that maltose is a better substitute to using food products, which is better than using high fructose corn syrup, allegedly. Now, another name for high fructose corn syrup is HFCS, which sounds very interesting as well. There's even another form of maltose that's called high maltose corn syrup, or HMCS, which sounds very interesting. Now, HMCS is said to be less sweet and doesn't contain fructose, which sounds very interesting. But it's also said to add sweetness, texture, and extend shelf life in food products. Now, what's interesting is both high maltose corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup is said to be corn-based, which is interesting. And they both contain sugar as well. Now, some information I came across Now there's some researchers that said 90% of corn in the US is genetically modified, allegedly, which sounds very interesting. And maltose is said to be FDA approved, which is interesting as well. Even maltose is like, hey, it's sounding very interesting so far.
Yes, a lot of information I just learned from maltose so far. And I learned that HMCS is high maltose corn syrup and HFCS is high fructose corn syrup. And the corn syrup is like, wow, I never knew maltose even get that far. But now I know now. And it's just interesting because so much news about myself.
I'm gonna continue with the information I researched. Maltose is said to be found in starchy grains, certain fruits and vegetables, cereals, sweet potatoes, which is very interesting, breads, pies, and green beans, which is very interesting as well. Now, high maltose corn syrup is said to be used in certain candies, sweeteners, pastries, and even more, which sounds very interesting. It was interesting, some people said that malt sugar, also known as maltose, can be consumed and used as an energy source, which sounds very interesting. Some people say they have a malt intolerance in which their gut can't break down maltose because of low maltose enzymes in the small intestines lining, which doesn't sound good at all. Now, is maltose good or not? It varies. A lot of information leaning towards good and a lot of information leading towards bad. So you never know, Let me know if you know any more information about maltose, and leave a comment at the bottom. And hey, you never know, and it's very interesting. Even maltosers like, hey, is it good or bad?
Is it good or bad? Hey, you tell me. I just know so far they put maltose in everything that's pastries and even more, so it sounds cool. And better than high fructose corn syrup. It's sounding cool so far, but not 100%. So I would say allegedly. So let's see.
Hey, you just heard from maltose. So if you have any extra information or anything that's in mind, leave it at the comment section. And hey, there's only one of you, so always do your best to stay healthy as possible. And remember, Chem Ingredients is consistently helping everyone maintain great responsibility every day, also moving in nutritious satisfaction. It's better to know what you're consuming by reading your food labels and doing your best on a day-to-day basis. And I love all y'all out there that's watching. Stay hydrated, do your best, and like, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned for more future videos of Chem Ingredients, because you never know what might be next. See y'all in the next future videos.
Come back, Chem Ingredients.